Hey, hello everyone. So Bitcoin has finally woken up. It's made a new all-time high. We haven't closed yet for the day, but we'll see how things go. I was worried for a couple of days in here that it might fail after it spent, quite a few days in here just kind of going sideways, but we never really gotten below the 20 and the 50-day moving average, and we haven't gotten below this candle also. So the fact that we're breaking now, it brings quite a bit of confirmation to the wave count that we have in Bitcoin, where we're thinking that this is going to explode in a much larger wave three here on the daily time frame, where the targets would be around 123,114 for more of a standard target, followed by 135 if Bitcoin cares to extend a little bit more. I want to remind you that the larger wave count here on the weekly is looking for this more explosive third wave as part of a wave 5, as part of a wave 5, of a wave 3. So, the larger wave counts, the largest divisions, the larger, the higher degree counts don't really matter at the moment. What we're focused on is achieving some of these upside targets. One of them that we have on the weekly is 165, where basically this wave 3 will equal this wave 1, if I remember correctly. So, kind of going back to the daily time frame, this looks interesting. It almost looks like a 1-2-1-2, but we do want to see a continuation, and we don't want to see a failure. And what I will use now as a guide for any further upside or for signs of failure, and in terms of kind of getting out of or reducing long positions and just being more careful, would be 107,513, which is the lows right here. If we're starting to kind of get back below that, I think that then the purpose of discount, it's kind of starting to lose. It starts not to look good anymore in terms of the structure. So, because you always have to find ways. What if I'm wrong, right? What if things don't pan out? What would it prove to me that this breakout is failing and it's not really working out? Well, this would be definitely a first sign. And then if you break below this low where this wave 2 is, then you even have further confirmation that things are not looking great, and you're probably going to extend the correction or move into something else. It doesn't matter what his market is going to do. He's just not doing what we're thinking he was going to do, which is break out after he moves this. So I think I was talking a couple of days ago in one of the videos about how to trade a breakout, and right now, the market. So even if you, let's say, you initiate and you start to build a long position by seeing the wave 2, and obviously the rally in here above the top of the wave 1, so that's the first kind of entry. And now with the fact that you're moving above the B wave high from the previous correction, this gives you more confidence in adding and building the position further and looking for a move higher. So that's a very, very simple way of trading a breakout. So check out that video too and kind of combining with this one. But now I'm looking for 123, 114 to the upside, pending a failure towards 107 or 105. We'll see if that happens. Now the markets, overall they're looking good. I've had quite a few short positions that I've eliminated today. I only left, I think, a couple. We'll talk about it here in a second. But we kind of had a continuous strength from the S&P 500, and you can see that basically right in here, where we were up about 60 basis points, a bit more, even in IWM. So that was a pretty strong day. That continues to kind of, build its uptrend, and made a little bit of a new high in here. So this is pretty bullish. There's nothing wrong. It was, it wanted to churn for a little bit, but this should continue to be long. And same like in Bitcoin, right? Once you start to kind of get back above these levels, those are again more reasons to accelerate and add to upside positions. I would use as a defense the 20-day moving average, maybe the 50. That's a bit deep, but just kind of follow along the 20-day and see kind of how the price acts in regarding to that. But the wave count here, it's also looking for higher prices. So so that's definitely decent. So now let's see what's going on with kind of some of the positions that I've been working on today. Let's see. I'm looking looking at, so I've closed. Let me actually go uh, to these in here. So what I've done is, and I'm going to tell you what I've added long. So basically, TQQ I got out this morning, so I was short in here, and then as the market was pushing up this way, since he wasn't selling and he wasn't doing what he was supposed to be doing, the moment it broke above these levels, it triggered me a sell signal, and I got out of that position. So now I'm out of TQQ, very short and very very tight. So that's good, not a problem. Groupon also was a position that I think I've taken somewhere here, if I remember correctly, and I got out of this move. I just don't like how the stocks move. It's not it's very very slow, and just that I don't think it fits my personality at all. I did get long Arista Networks, ANET, in here on the breakout above these levels. So I think I'm going to try to hold on to this position. It looks like we had a corrective move, a 1 and a 2 in here, and now we're probably in a wave 3. So I'm trying to take advantage. I'm trying to hold ANET for a little bit longer. Let's see if that's possible. But if you look at the weekly time frames, I think this is a pretty good sign. We're back above the 20, and I'm going to be targeting the new highs. Let's see how that goes. But that's the idea on Arista Networks. And then my hood position. This one I had to take it out. I was short here and then short a little bit here. And the moment the market turned and it did not follow through on this candle, it just created jitters for me, and I'm like, I don't think it's acting right. So it might continue to sell off, but I'm not willing to stick around to find out, especially with the strength that I saw in the market. So I got out here, I think very close to break even, and no foul there, so I'm out of there. Then Oklo was another one that I shorted here. Unfortunately, I didn't catch this drop. I kind of got out the moment it was moving up into that fib zone, and I'm like, maybe I rushed a little bit into it, but again, the markets were rallying, so I'm like, let me just clean this up. So I got out of Oklo as well. It still looks like it could continue lower towards this 47.59. The other one that this one I've added long is Palo Alto Networks. I kind of like how this looks. This is a 4-hour. We're also looking at the weekly time frames where it's a nice looks like it's a nice ABC or some kind of a flat in here, and I'm looking for these levels to get taken out and a much larger trend to begin. So we'll see how that goes, but so these are some of my long positions now. And then PLTR, I got out of this guy. So remember, I shorted, I think we shorted somewhere here, got stopped on a half of a position, and the other the rest of the position I kind of got out here. So a little bit of a loss on this one, nothing crazy, but it just did not continue to go. And it's, I talked about this yesterday, it just broke that 61.8, and I'm like, I don't want to hang around for that. So no problem. SoFi, same thing. I mean, it gave me a little bit of something in here. I wasn't able to really get anything out of it, and then the market reversed, and I'm like, nope, just get out. I don't think, I looked at the 1 hour, and that looks like an ABC in here. You're very close to that B wave high, so I'm just not really confident anymore in it. So that's the way it is. So I got out of that, and then I think the other one that I had was Tesla. Let me pull this up. I shorted. I'm still short Tesla here. So I don't know. I didn't want to short it, and then I saw the weakness in Tesla when the market was rallying so strongly, and Tesla is not able to do anything. So I'm like, I'm probably gonna try a short again, and looking at about 300 and above 300, that's trying to get out of there. But for right now, this could be a very simple ABC, and then Tesla can do that and close the gap before it drops again. So I don't know. It's not the perfect setup, but I don't know. Something told me just go ahead and short it, so I just did. But again, I know exactly what I'm going to get out in case things kind of start to move up that way. And that's pretty much about it. I'm still long Kava. I love Kava. Kava, it's a I've been long this guy for for almost a year now. and I keep adding to my positions. I ate in the restaurants, and the food is great. There's always a line. It's you can tell yourself all kind of stories, but the fact is that I think it was a new IPO, and I traded a couple of times. I bought it here, I wrote it up here, took some profits. Kind of kept it on the way down without, and it's a stock that doesn't stress me at all. So I'm thinking about building the position, continuing to you kind of add to it. I think it obviously had huge valuations back here, and this was like an earnings run and then a drop, but it is something that's probably going to develop as hard as Chipotle, and not even stronger. So we'll see. But I'm looking for it to try to hold it, for years down the road if I can. So we'll see how that goes. And then I'm also long Amazon. Amazon, it is, right here. I was long from somewhere from these levels, took profits before this drop, and I'm getting it again. I think this is just a nice ABC in here. So, that's also something that I'm looking to see if I can carry it much higher. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.